Alright, everyone, welcome back. This is my review of Black Clover, chapter 351. So, we open this chapter, coming off the last one, with Asta fighting the five-headed dragon. And he uses a 10 to cut off one of the dragon's heads, and then slashes another dragon's head vertically, obviously doing a lot of damage. And then we see the dragon heals itself completely. So that was actually kind of shocking. And unfortunately, that's all we're going to get of the dragon fight this chapter. But we do move into another one I was excited to see, and this is the battle between Heath and Yosuga. Um, and they kind of go back and forth with attacks, and then Heath talks about how he can't lose because Lucius wants to create this righteous world. And then Yosuga replies that he'll cut him down for the sake of the Shogun. And then we enter a really cool flashback that I like here. So we learn that Yosuga and Ryu were rivals when they were younger. And that one of them was supposed to become the shogun. Now, there's no mention of Yami or the Sukehiro clan in this flashback. And actually, I'd initially thought that Yosuga was closer to Ichika's age. I was 100% wrong. He is much closer to the age of Ryu and Yami. And so, during this time when they were younger, an epidemic breaks out, and everyone's dying. And so what happens is they need to find these things called living soul herbs in order to save everyone. Now, in order to find these herbs, they need to obtain this all-seeing eye called Tengetsu. The only people who can do it are Ryu and Yosuga, because of how much Yoryoku they have. And Ryu steps up to the plate pretty much without question. He obtains the eye, he finds the herbs, and saves everyone. Now, I like the monologue here that Yosuga is angry, kind of selfishly, because he lost his rival, because Ryu has no more Yoryoku. And so, after this, saving everyone, he starts to gain more followers. Ryu does. Gains more followers, and then we see that's kind of how the Ryuzen 7 probably formed, was those individuals were following him. Then we get to the ceremony, sort of, with appointing the new shogun, in which Yosuga is chosen to become the new shogun because he has Yoryoku, whereas Ryu does not. However, Yosuga turns this down and has Ryu become the shogun, and as an alternative, he decides to become the 7th Ryuzen. And also, I believe this is where we learn that he is the most recent member to join. So we cut back to the present, and we're continuing the fight between Yosuga and Heath. And Yosuga activates his Yojutsu, called Iron Soldier. In my opinion, this is very similar to full body armament hockey that Virgo and Pika did in One Piece. You could also kind of say it's similar to the Darkness Cloak that Ichika did a couple chapters back. He uses a 10, slashes Heath once, completely ends him. Done deal. I doubt Heath is going to get back up. And then, of course, he ends it saying, he is the strongest. I don't know if that's going to play into him losing, or if he really is just going to, full body blow through a ton of these different fights he's probably going to be in the final arc. If the Land of the Sun sort of joins the fight with the Clover Kingdom, I really think they are. Then Ryu shows up with Fujio, delivering some motivational words to the Ryuzen 7, saying they'll take down the five-headed dragon. And then we end this chapter off with Yosuga talking about Asta's goal and how it's similar to what Ryu is. And, talking about making a man out of him. Overall, I thought this chapter was really, really fun. I definitely really enjoyed learning a lot more about Yosuga. And I'm definitely really excited to see next chapter, which I presume is going to be the Ryuzen 7 and Asta versus the five-headed dragon, as opposed to just Asta doing it by himself. And that's going to be all for me today, guys. Bye.